Welcome, y'all. Welcome to Diggin Too Deep with your boy, your host, Keith Robinson. Y'all know I like to say they're all special, but this one is very, very special and endearing to me because I have live with me my brother and my sister, Charles and Kenya Chaffers.
Hey, what's going on, Digging Too Deep family? How are you?
What's going on,
Wonderful.
world?
Hey, y'all, look, it is so good to hear your voices because, like I said, y'all are my brother and sister, and I just love y'all so much.
We appreciate you, man, and we love you too, and we're proud of the work that you're doing for the community.
Oh yeah.
Hey, well, thank y'all. Thank y'all for that. You know, coming from y'all, that means something.
Oh, man,
Well, so look.
we're all out here making it happen together.
That's right. We're going to build. We're going to build. That's it. So look, we talked about it a little bit, but I brought you guys on because we're in the midst of creating a docuseries called Examining His Story or Examining History. His history.
Okay.
You know, the victor gets to write it, that sort of thing. And I thought it would be real special for you guys because there's this age of Aquarius, the age of truth. You know, there's an awakening and people are starting to get hungry for something because they know something's off. Well, not only did y'all have that feeling, but y'all actually transitioned to start walking in the truth, which gives us our value back. And so that's why I thought it'd be so special for y'all because y'all are a living an example of going through this thing because people have their apprehensions. People are don't want to let go. People don't even want to believe the truth. So I thought I'd bring on two people that not only believe it, but walk it. And which makes me think not only is this an examination of his story, but it's also recovering and prospering and thriving from the recovery of his story.
Yeah.
And so I would just like to say, y'all take me to, I like to start where the moment when y'all said, that's it, it's over, baby. We're leaving.
Okay.
Wow.
Go ahead.
That was an actual moment. You know, you were talking about 2020.
Okay.
We know what happened in that year. Everything, the world changed and how it changed, and we're living in that change as we speak. But you're talking about Shaper's Place at this time. We had Shaper's Place in Texas. Shaper's Place was not just Shaper's Place Academy in Arts. It wasn't just a school where we had a full curriculum, ages third grade through graduating students. We also used the place and the space for local parties, with the Christmas parties and things that people were having. If they wanted to rent our space, they could do that. And also, every third Thursday, we would have our Tribute Thursdays there. This was something that Charles put together all the way back from when we lived in Atlanta. This was a on and popping thing in Atlanta where you paid tribute and homage to different artists, you know, from anybody, from Gladys Knight to I don't know, Aretha Franklin, Monica, you know, Whitney Houston. It's like relevant people. Faith Evans, anybody.
Let me tell the people this. Let me give them a little more context. Kenya and Charles are performers.
Okay.
Kenya is a singer extraordinaire. Because, you know, we have history. We used to follow you, and you used to have a chair for us at any venue that you were performing at. So we're day ones. Right. Yes. Calling us before. And hey, may even come and get a hairdo for the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, we go back.
Right.
Yes. And
We go
Mr.
way
Charles, yes, we go back. And people just need to know that he's your band.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's very important because it's not only a couple, but it's an act. And then,
Oh
so I just
yeah.
wanted that to add to the performing arts and that things and that sort that you do to let people know that you're actually offering a service.
Yeah, we're a whole experience,
Yes.
and I'm thankful for it because when we're giving the experience, we're also having the experience.
Yes.
And that's the cool thing about, being a performing artist.
Right.
You give the
Right.
people what they want, and you having a good time at the same time.
Exactly. And for you guys to, I need the audience to understand this too. You guys are not local now. You're not even in the West. Tell us where you are
No.
right now.
Well, right now we're in Kemet. We call it Kemet land, but
See that?
everybody else call it Egypt.
Yes, sir. Perfect
We
segue
call it
for
Kemet
me
land.
to say that is what we need. We need to
Yeah.
know what you felt, what you experienced, and we'll get to it. So I kind of want, I'm going to back up a little bit so y'all can tell me more of the origin of how you got to where you are right now. And we're
We
going to
Right.
got
do
you. We
that
got
after this break when we come back
you.
on
Right on.
Digging Too Deep. Thank y'all for tuning in to Digging Too Deep on the Marvel Knot Network. If you like the content, then please like, share, and subscribe. And you can also catch us at www.marvelknotnetwork.com.
Show your support for the Marvel Knot Network by purchasing a tee by scanning the QR code above.
We're back. Thank y'all for coming back and joining us. So when we left, we were going to talk about more about the transition moment, the pivotal moment, the epiphany. Go ahead and let's get back to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so like my baby said, we had Chaffers Place, we had our whole establishment, and not only did we were teaching the children and providing the live shows and the tribute shows and things like that, but we were also preaching. We were pastors.
Yeah.
We were holding services in our building because we were kind of shifting away from church in a different type of way. We were into, we were Christians, and then we got into saying we're Hebrew Israelites as the
Okay.
awakening could kind of continue to excel. And a lot of us go through like that stage of awakening. And
Right.
so while we were in Schaefer's Place, we were teaching and we were, helping people, what we call ourselves helping people by the use of the Bible, because
Okay.
even in this spiritual walk that we walk, our biggest tool that we've ever used is the Bible, and
Right.
we've used it to heal people. We've used it to
Yes.
tell prophecies. We've used it to tell you about yourself and who you are, and give yourself power.
Yes.
And so for a long time, we used the Bible as that tool, and that's what we used it for, because at the end of the day, we're all humans sent by the Most High. And
Right.
one of our biggest responsibilities is to help change people into being who they were meant to be. And so
Understood.
we use this tool to help change people from bad to good, because
Right.
righteousness is always the key that we've ever known to get whatever it is that we want from the universe or from the Most High in these different ages. You see
So
what I
let me ask
mean?
you this.
And
I do.
so
Let me ask you this. So at this point, when you're, teaching, mentoring, pastoring, is it from the perspective of Christianity at
yes,
this point? Okay.
we were saying Jesus, and we went from Jesus to Yahshua.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Okay.
went from Jesus to Yahshua. You see what I'm saying? So it was a
Yes, sir.
whole, and this is before we actually found out the truth, because we still haven't gotten to the truth yet of why we're even here in Kemet land.
Right.
What brought us to
Yeah.
Kemet land? This is what
Right.
we came to. We had to come through the mud just like everybody else did. I was a
Man,
drummer in the church. You see what I'm saying? I
right,
played drums
right.
every Sunday for Jesus. And it
Yes,
was a
sir.
thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Yes,
was
sir.
a
For it
thing.
was a
All
thing
the
for it
hymns,
all.
I've played on records, I've done this stuff for Jesus.
It
But
was indoctrination.
when
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So when I met my wife is when my eyes started opening, honestly, because as a single man, I was just out here working, getting that check and living life, touring, playing for all these different artists. And I wasn't really concentrating on my awakening like I probably should have been in my earlier days. But
Right.
everything happens for a reason because I met this amazing woman for a specific reason in the time that I was seeking the Most High to say, you know, I need this change, and I'm waking myself up. So now I'm researching different things, and as I'm researching different things, my mind is starting to change, and the way that I
Mm-hmm.
start to talk starts to change, and then the people who kind of come into your life become more. You see them as the spiritual answer to the problems that you've been praying to. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like
Man, it's
these are the
nothing like
answers that
having
you need.
someone to go through it with.
Exactly, and
Right.
that can help take you to that next level. That's why
Right.
that's why even in where we believe now, we recognize that balance is necessary. So husband and wife is
Yes.
necessary, and we are
Yes.
champions for husband and wives to continue working together because the church won't teach you about husband and wife. The church will teach you about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And if you
Mm-hmm.
get a divorce, yes, it's bad, but you can still do what you want to do. But the balance
Right.
of it all is husband and wife sticking together, being that powerful couple that's necessary in this world.
Man, it's a lot of couples that need to hear that. I mean, not only on the spiritual level, but I mean, just on a love level. You know, men need to hear
Yeah,
it for the things they need to self evaluate for. A woman needs to hear that for the things they need to self evaluate for so they can both get
yeah.
together and go to the next level, to the next dimension, like you just said,
Yeah.
like you just so eloquently said.
But I mean, this is the purpose of coming through Christianity because I mean, as a black man and a black woman, African American man, African American woman, this is what we were indoctrinated with. And
Yes.
it's our responsibility to say, you know what, there's something more than what they have taught us. And there's truth. Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure my spirit speaks truth in the age of Aquarius. I want to make
Yes,
sure my
sir.
spirit is speaking righteousness in the age of Aquarius because I don't want my spirit to go down a different path than what it's supposed to go down. And so, if I'm dealing in the age of Aquarius, we're dealing in the things that happened in the beginning of the world. None of this is Christianity, because Christianity will call what we're even saying the age of Aquarius. They will call that demonic. They would say you guys have lost your minds because you're
Yes.
believing in zodiac things.
And
Right. We're
Yeah,
blasphemous. It's sacrilegious.
yeah, they're doing it to this day. Some of our people they don't really want to talk to us because they feel like we've gone too far off the deep end. But I feel like
Yeah.
not enough people are actually taking that jump because if you take that jump, you'll recognize how beautiful it is over here.
right.
It's so much more free on the deep end. You should come join us.
Yeah.
Man, that is powerful. You gave me
Yeah.
butterflies, man, because it put me in the mindset of, you said, man, y'all should come over here. You know, we've heard that when you go back to the motherland, you feel this automatic connection, right? And so, I
Hmm.
mean, is there any truth to that? Can you expound on that any?
I mean, everything is to each his own. Um, but now don't get us wrong. Now, when we landed, we weren't here in Egypt. We were in Ghana. We landed
Okay.
in Ghana 2 years ago. We landed in
Okay.
Ghana. No, 3 years
About
ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago, we landed in Ghana. We've been here in Egypt a year and a half, going on 2 years now, and we were in Ghana a year and a half. But there was a sense of this is kind of connecting with what you're asking and where we were going. You know, with, starting off at the Chaffers place and hearing a call. When we're
Right.
talking about a call, it's like literally happened overnight. And not
Wow.
that the pandemic made it like fate, because it was a lot going on, and people were having to wear masks and, everything that
Hmm.
happened with that whole situation.
Yeah, a lot of doors
So it affected
closed
us.
during COVID, but it
Yeah,
it,
it,
it
it
made a lot of
affected us
other
as
doors
well.
open.
Yeah,
It affected us.
yeah.
Right.
We started teaching online only. We were doing
Right.
online and in-person teaching already, and we would call it hybrid learning. But now we were just strictly online.
Hmm.
So just overnight, we looked at each other. Actually, let me go back to what you're saying. Is it a sense of feeling like you belong there? I think that's
Hmm.
what you're asking, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, like we touched down and I actually shed a tear
Wow.
because this was not actually something that I had thought about living in Africa. Maybe visiting, but not living.
Now, had you
You
visited
know,
previously? Had you guys ever been to
we've
been Africa?
No, we had never
been
been there.
all over this world and never been to Africa.
Never been to Africa. Never
Wow.
been to Kimberland.
And so y'all
Yeah.
just said, "Hey, overnight we're going."
Overnight. Like
Overnight.
it was more like
We were watching people like
Tony and Io.
Tony and I, like it just kind of started coming through our YouTube channel the more we
Yeah.
talked about it. Because you know how
Right.
this
Isn't that
algorithm
funny how that goes?
with
It's like
AI.
if you buy a
Yeah, you know
car,
how this
then
AI
you start
thing
seeing it on
works.
the
So
street.
yeah,
Yeah.
so how AI works, we're having conversations, and then when we turn on YouTube, then here goes, different marketing ads about Africa and come to Africa, and a lot of different expats are coming over, and we started talking about it, and just like everything just kind of started lining up.
Yeah. I mean, we've always known that there's somewhere that we needed to be going as we exit America, because we were already working on our own short film entitled Exodus.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a song that goes with it.
That
Um,
song is going to air on our follow-up show to this, The Awakening. So
oh,
we're going to
Yeah,
get
okay.
everybody to tune into that.
Exodus is a great record. My wife wrote it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great record, man. It's a
Now,
great
is that
record. It
record
tells
based on
about what
y'all's
was going on.
pilgrimage?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's more than just us leaving America. It's the transition from Christianity as well to
How
our
powerful is that?
knowing.
Do you hear what you just said? You just said, "Hey, when we left America and Christianity, talk about courage." I can only
Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
how that affected your family members and your friends, if you even gave them, if you even told everybody what you were doing. Because I know how that can go. Do you have some
They
stories
actually
like that?
weren't, they didn't believe that we were saying what we were saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally. My
I,
family on my mom's side is humongous, and every Sunday is like Christmas.
right, right.
Um, so that whole thing was it was it was bittersweet because of course you want your family to support you, and not that
Right.
they don't support, but they don't
And you
because
don't want to
of the
disappoint
one
them.
right. This had really nothing to do with just coming to Africa, because they didn't think that we would be this long. They thought we'd be
Right,
back by now,
right,
and
right.
still asking, when are you coming home?
That was going to be my next question. Are they accepting of it now? Are they still supportive of it? Still being there because now it's real to them because they didn't believe you.
It's real because now this is 3 years and we're still on contracts, out here
Nice.
working,
And so y'all are.
Uh,
It's crazy because y'all took your trade your gift and went intercontinental. Y'all, this story is so strong. It's so much strength involved in me just listening to it. And it's a couple. And so I just know that makes y'all feel like the super couple of the world, right?
Yeah, this is what it means to be a power couple for every couple. Because
Yes.
and that's what we need in today's time, trades and things that help you get by instead of depending on 9 to 5s, because that's the only way we can make it over here. We don't get, residual government income like we would normally get in America. So all of this is really depending on the Most High to continue opening up those doors for us. Like, I don't like quoting the Bible much, but we do use it for teaching purposes. And
Yes.
so it does say your gifts will always make room for you. As long as you're doing everything that you're supposed to do it right,
Mm.
your
See,
gifts
I've
will
heard that
always make
yeah.
room for you. You see
Yeah.
I've
what I'm
heard that a few
saying? And
times, but
so,
now it's resonating different coming from you.
yeah, it resonates different from even coming from a musician standpoint, because even musicians live life in a different type of way. So we kind of understand where that verse can work in a human being's
Right.
life, because our gifts are literally what makes room for us to work, what makes room for us to provide for our families. Like this is what we depend on spiritually in order to receive the things of the spirit.
And it's funny because you just said, man, it's gonna make a way. So I was gonna ask you the question: did y'all make provisions for you went? Was there a relative there, or what was your
I'm
recon?
telling you,
Your
it was just
recon
me and my
spot?
wife. It was just me and my wife. We talk it through and we work it through, and we
Manifestation
recognize whatever challenge we gonna see, and we meet it face to face.
together.
We sold everything. We sold
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
And I mean, you're talking about a whole sound system. You're talking about a cargo trailer where the sound systems resided, along
Mm-hmm.
with the lights and the truss and the stage. We had it all, and we kept
Wow.
it inside the
Storage.
the cargo
Oh
storage,
yeah,
because we took our sound everywhere we go.
yeah.
We're setting up our production.
I have a saying,
We
y'all. Um, it's already built. You just have to walk to it. And I swear that's what this sounds like. It's like y'all just said,
Wow.
hey, it's calling us. Let's go and let's make it manifest.
Yeah. We decided to just sell everything and use that money to be able to move, and also to be able to continue to have, because we actually do have a storage back in Texas. Like, we've been paying on a
Mm-hmm.
storage for 3 years because
Wow.
there's valuable things that are still there, that we haven't let go yet. But this move is beyond material.
Yes, yes. It's like a metaphysical move.
It
It
really
almost feels
is.
like a going to another level, going another dimension.
I mean, even how we got to
I
Egypt.
need to be excused, please.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay. You're baby checking on that food.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, hey, while she's checking on that food, we're gonna go on another break, and
All
we'll
right.
be right back on Digging Too Deep. Welcome back, y'all. Again, always appreciate when you stay tuned in. So when we left, sis was going to go stir some pots. So I'm putting you on the spot, sis. What you burning?
All right, got a little eggplant pasta going on,
Okay.
uh, with salad and my own homemade dressing.
It's our
Okay.
vegan soul restaurant over
Oh
here.
yeah, that's our vegan soul restaurant.
Okay. So are y'all vegan?
We're not
We're not
vegan,
vegan.
but
But
we
another service to
do
the
cook.
people.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
we're more
saying?
like pescatarian,
We eat,
you
Okay.
know,
we eat chicken and we eat fish.
sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes chicken, sometimes fish.
Well, I'm actually
But we're not
not
gonna say
only
we
me, but
always.
and my man, the CEO, we're in the transition of changing our diets too. So I'm pretty much
Yeah,
Yeah,
going with an alkaline diet. And he
yeah.
yeah.
just went on a
This is
diet where he
good for
just
your
said, you know
body. We
what?
don't have,
I'm gonna buy me a Bruce Lee
We
suit
cook,
and I'm gonna get into it.
yeah,
yeah.
we cook a lot of I use eggplant and different mushrooms for a lot of everything. A lot of times because our son is here now. Zion is here. He's 21, one of them.
Zion. Okay.
Uh, and so like chicken is a thing. We'll cook chicken wings or something like that. But mainly,
Mhm.
especially living over here in Africa, you want to make sure that your diet is
Healthy.
healthy
Right.
because doctors and things are not the same
Right.
as in the
Right, right.
US. We're not,
So you have to depend on the land, huh? Get back
exactly.
one
Yeah.
with the land.
So, if you don't have the tools, you definitely want to be, eating correctly for your sight, for your brain, for your mobility, everything.
And we should be doing that anyway, huh?
Respiratory.
But some kind of way the rat race got us, they made us forget about it, right?
That's how it go. That's exactly how it go. Once you get in that
Yes,
rat
sir.
race and you got to work that 9 to 5, you just get the quickest thing possible. That's why they
There you
call it that
go.
fast food.
Fast
Because you
food.
always stopping at that fast food.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, hey, so I wanted to get back to your very powerful relationship dynamic. And I mean, really, whatever you say is going to do that. But I just want to hear more. And I'm pretty sure the audience does. They need to hear this, especially relationship wise.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Well,
you're there. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. Ask the question. You're there?
Well, you're there now, and I see that you're comfortable. Baby's cooking. And as y'all are working right now, you're believing in yourself, like your wife said. Y'all sold everything, so you guys expected to reap. And I'll say reap, but I like to use an even more powerful word, which is manifest, because that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
hearing, a manifestation
Mm-hmm. Right.
of following
And
obedience.
yeah, we were just talking about that while we were on break. We were just talking about even how we even are in Kemet land now is because of the things that we spoke out into the atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
So the whole purpose of us being here is because of we started speaking differently as a couple. And once you start
Yes,
speaking differently as a couple, those words rang powerful throughout the atmosphere.
yes,
We can't say we're in the age of Aquarius and the age of truth and not start speaking the truth. You know what I'm saying?
right. Because
So
the truth, you
we
have to
really
be
have to
it.
take self-assessment in everything that we're doing and in everything that we're saying as the human race. You see what I'm saying? We can't really know that we are the beginning of the whole entire human race, but not act on being the beginning. And acting on being the
Yes,
beginning is even in the beginning of creation, when there was nothing, everything was spoken into being. So we have to continue using the power of the tongue and the power of the spoken word in order to, manifest those things that we're looking to manifest differently in our life. That's why,
right.
coming out of spirituality is the coming out of Christianity is very important because once you started seeking that higher knowledge, you'll start speaking differently than what you have spoken at any point in time in your life.
That makes so much sense. I mean, because if I feel like you said, if you speak it, you walk it, you start being it, and you start getting revelations of things you could never fathom because you weren't at that point.
Right,
And so now
right.
you
This
guys
is
are at
what,
that
this is
point.
what,
Go ahead.
yeah. This is what the Kemetic teachings teach us. They teach us
Right.
to get ourselves right. They teach us to
Okay.
start speaking within ourselves. They don't teach us to depend on anybody outside of us.
And I want to say, because I've been studying and learning and transitioning to, I'm a baby, I'm a student in this, but you just said that, you're pretty much walking in the principles of, can I dare say, of Ma'at?
Yes, you can say Ma'at. Those are the principles.
Okay.
Those are the principles.
And I just
Those,
had
those,
a session that said, and this is what came to me. They took our gods, they hid them and changed their names. Not only did they do that to hide the God, but they also took away the principle that's associated with that deity.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Turned them into the 10 Commandments, some of them.
Wow.
There you go.
They don't even
The
recognize
42
that
principles. I
it's
can't
the
remember the
42
rest, but
principles of Ma'at. Yeah, the 42
boom, there it
principles
is.
of Ma'at. Call them the negative confessions, but they're really just 42 confessions of truth. You
Yeah.
can honestly say, I have not stolen. I have not committed adultery. I have not taken bread away from the mouth of a child. I have not stopped water when it was supposed to run. I have not
Wow.
told lies. I have not done these things that, what I'm saying, I can honestly say, on the day of judgment, our hearts are going to be weighed against the feather. And you just don't want your heart to be that much weighed down with a disease. And diseases bring in sicknesses and what they call sin. I don't like to call it sin. I just like to call it unrighteousness. You know what's good and you know what's bad.
So you're
So
weighing it
don't
against a
allow your
feather,
heart.
right? Now, is this the ostrich feather that has something, that's some kind
Yeah,
of association with mine?
it's like an ostrich feather of my aunt. You can call it an ostrich feather. People call it many different things. What are we
Okay.
doing, baby?
Okay, so we got to bring y'all back again because I know y'all have so much more to say. And so can I tie y'all down to a part 2 to this?
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
Okay, the people heard it right here on Digging Too Deep. There's going to be a part 2 to the most powerful couple that I've met thus far. I'm so proud of y'all. So I want to do one more thing, okay? How can people see and or hear more from you or about you? Because we look forward to working with y'all in the future. So tell the people, how can they find some of the services and the music of Mr. Charles and Kenya Chafffer?
Well, right now we have everything on our Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram at the Chaffers Music.
Chaffers Music.
And that's pretty much all that we have right now because
Okay.
we're not so much into the social media fact. We do have our Facebooks. You can follow us on Facebook at Charles Chafffer or Kenya Chafffer, or you can follow our Facebook page, The Chaffers. But right now, all we have is Facebook, Instagram, and we do have some YouTube stuff too. The
I
Chaffers
understand
Theater.
how it will be hard to be on all those social platforms when you're so busy transforming and being used by the universe.
Yeah, it's just a lot of study. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of study. It's a lot of reading because we studied a lot. We had to read the Bible, when we were young. So
Right.
now, if I had to read it every day, then I need to be more so into the same fashion now, reading the things of the higher consciousness level, so that I can
As
continue
yes,
excelling
sir.
there.
As they say,
And
keep that
also,
same energy, right?
right,
Right.
same energy.
Keep that same energy.
Spirit is spirit.
Yes.
So we also have email,
Mhm.
CK
CK
Productions with an S, CK Productions
IMG.
IMG@gmail.com.
Okay.
People may want to have questions for us, about whatever, the move, we can't really answer things like where should I go because it's still to each its own. Hey, we're
Right.
just on this journey now for 3 years. We're 3 years old in this thing. So
Wow. Wow.
But we can help counsel you.
exactly.
So we do offer consultation. So you can send us an email and we'll have a conversation with you. We'll talk about
That is
it.
beautiful.
We'll talk with you
That is beautiful. And
about
I
some of the
encourage
things
the people, y'all hear this, I encourage you, because I will as well, reach out to someone, a couple, a power couple, not only a power couple, but a dynamic group. I love y'all, and I can't wait
man, we love you
to
too.
part 2.
We love you too, brother.
And I want to tell the people, if you are interested in like anything about this, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm Keith Robinson on Digging Too Deep on the Marvel Knot Network. Keith, why digging too deep? Well, I'm glad you asked. Digging Too Deep is simply a service to empower. So if I can prevent someone from experiencing some pain or help someone in any given situation, that is what Digging Too Deep is for.